Hello, hi, my friends. I want to talk about IOTA. It is important to me, my friends, buy boat, yeah? Make family proud, show your papa. If single like me, maybe buy a nice Japanese wife from Osaka with last name Tanaka. We need focused charts now, because one bad play, you eat caca. I know what my friends see drama or they eat caca. Now relax, go get a dog, that little chihuahua, the kind me Asian people eat for dinner. Now be wise, look chart, earn prize like Dalai Lama. I'm extremely sorry about that, guys. I don't know what my friend Phyllis was thinking. Sometimes he gets a little bit crazy and breaks out into really weird soliloquies just like that. So I apologize for him, okay, guys? I apologize on behalf of him. Luna, we're gonna do analysis on your favorite coin. Are you ready to do an analysis on IOTA? 3, 2, 1. Ow, ow! Yeah, give me a better one than that for all the viewers. You know that they love you. 3, 2, 1. Ow, ow! Give me a long one. I want a long one, Luna. 3, 2, 1. Ow, ow! Guys, I don't think she's having it today. You want to do one more? You want to try one more? 3, 2, 1. Ow, ow! She's just copying me now. That girl, she's not original whatsoever. She has no idea what originality is, always copying me every time. Okay, guys, we're gonna get into it now, okay? And I need you guys to really understand, first of all, what a rising wedge is, okay, guys? I'm gonna draw out a rising wedge for you like this, okay? A rising wedge tends to be just like that, okay? And whenever we get a rising wedge, there's usually about 5 touches somewhere like that, like 1, 2, et 3, et 4, et 5, and then it falls down somewhere, okay? But we have to get the wave count accurately, okay? So whenever you guys see a rising wedge like this, you guys just think back to your childhood, okay? Think back to your childhood and you think of Care Bears and you think of that song, you know, that 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Who's that coming from somewhere up in the sky? Moving fast and bright as a firefly. You guys know what song I'm talking about, right? That's the Care Bear song. So every time you guys see a rising wedge like this, you always have to think that it's bearish, okay? And then you break out into that Care Bear song and then you short the sucker. You short the sucker so hard and show her who's the boss, okay? And these are one of my favorite patterns to play. They're one of my favorite patterns to play. This is the 1 hour chart on IOTA, okay, guys? So we're gonna do a little bit of Elliot wave counting just so to get you guys familiar with where we are right now in the process, okay? Okay, so let's count it together, all right, guys? This is the count right here. 1, 2, 3, 4, and we are just about to finish the 5th one up there. Does that make sense to you guys so far? And I'm gonna break it down, break it down. So I'm gonna go in very close to over here, okay? So here we have 5 waves in here, right? 1, we have 2, and we basically have a 3rd one there with a higher magnitude, 3, and then we have an extended 5th wave right there. And then here we also have an extended 5th wave, right? Is it coincidence? This is the 1st wave with many different waves inside of that. This is the 2 with an extended one as well, right? We have an extended wave within this 3rd wave, and then we have another extended wave in here. So if we're getting all these extended waves, it's very logical to assume that we could also get an extended wave in there as well. And here we have an ABC correction right in here, right? Right in there pretty much. I'm actually going to draw this a little bit better, okay? So we're definitely squeezing, if you guys have noticed, right? We're absolutely squeezing into this kind of corner. In fact, we might have broken out of it already, who knows? But I'm just going to assume that it's something like that right now. So here is the play that I would suggest you guys consider, okay? So let's say that this 5th wave was actually extended. It might extend up to there, or this might actually be it right here already. I'm not exactly sure, but I do think that we're going to keep down ticking from here. In fact, this might have been it right there already, okay? Do you guys see what I'm talking about? This might be the wave already where it's starting to slowly come out, but I'm assuming that this is still the play here just based on what I see. Just based on what I see.
And what we're gonna do is we're gonna take the base range, guys, that we always do, okay? We take a base range right here. And guys, take a look at this, okay? Let's say it actually came up to one more touch, right? And it fell out of the wedge there. Is it coincidence, guys? Is it actually coincidence that it's falling? Oops, sorry, not up there. Say it made one more touch up here and then it fell down from here. Well, look at the base range. It's gonna fall to exactly 0.5 Fibonacci level. If it fell out from right here, guys, say around here, it's actually falling. You know what? I'm doing it a little bit conservative. Let's take a different kind of base range. Let's do it more accurately from here to here exactly, okay? So let's say it went up here and it touched one more, okay? We would be looking at right here. We'd be looking at no, I'm doing it wrong again, 0.5 Fibonacci level. If it fell out right from here, guys, is that a coincidence that's gonna fall to 0.618 Fibonacci? I don't think it is, okay? So I'm gonna go back to, say, a 4-hour chart and show you guys something here. So within here, we have 5 basically waves, right? It's hard to see, but there are 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 5 in there, okay? So what we are on right now, I think, is we are on waves 1 of 5. This is basically 1, right? And this is 2 gonna fall down somewhere there. 3 will be a massive wave, and 4 will be up there. And I wanna show you guys my long-term target still, right? I actually bought a lot around the 30, 35. If you guys have been following my videos where I made some trade suggestions for long-term holds, you guys are probably making a lot of money right now. Seriously, you guys are probably making bank, right? Because I suggested it in my, I think, what day? October 30th video for IOTA for you guys to consider a long trade position, because I knew it was going to break out just based on this wedge, right? So if we actually just take some targets right here, just based on a 1-to-1 Fibonacci extension, guys, like this is our actual target still, like $1.27 is our first target, believe it or not. And our second target is even crazier. Our second target, which is definitely achievable as well, is actually $1.86, just based on good news and just based on a positive bullish momentum going up. So this correction needs to happen for the first sub wave. And then once it finishes, guys, it's going to get to the third wave, right? And that third wave is going to be so powerful right there. We don't know exactly how much of this is going to retrace in here, but what we do know is that I count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Whether 5 is right here, or whether 5 is going to make one more touch up there. Either way, just from the correction that we see, if it fell out right here, it would actually touch the 0.5 Fibonacci level or the 0.6 Fibonacci level right here, just based on the size of this wedge, right? We always take the base range of the wedge, guys. We take the base range of the wedge, and then when it breaks, we use that as a target. And it is definitely not coincidence that's hitting 0.5 and 618 right here. So based on here, we can call this a measured move down, okay, guys? A measured move down. And then once it hits one of these levels, which I'm gonna draw a box for right here, this is gonna be my target. So I'm gonna enter a trade as soon as it breaks somewhere here, okay? It could break maybe right here. You know, it could break somewhere right there, for example. I'll set my stop loss slightly higher than here, and I'll target up to here, okay? I'm hoping for a nice 20% gain. I'll put a few $1,000s into it, just kind of a smaller, maybe 5 to 10, and I'm probably gonna hope for a pretty nice gain, you know, maybe a $1,000, $2,000 gain in the next few days, therefore more of my swing term position hold. I think it's gonna be great. So risk to reward, guys. Risk to reward is about, say, if it breaks out here, it's gonna be about 4. If it breaks out here, it's gonna be 4 again. So I go over this with everybody, okay, guys? I go over this every single time, risk to reward, okay? So I'm gonna drag that over here first of all, and I'm gonna show you guys basic risk to reward. Risk to reward setup 4-to-1, okay? And I always say flip a coin, heads or tails. And we're gonna, out of 10 games total, this will basically mean, okay, for each win is equal to, say, $400, and each loss is equal to 100. So let's say out of 10 games, you won only 4 games, and you lost 6 games. Is that achievable, guys? Absolutely it is. So out of 4 wins at 400 each is equal to 1,600, right? Now we say 6 losses at 100 each is equal to 600. So guys, at a 4-to-1 ratio, we're actually still taking $1,600 minus $600. That's equal to a $1,000 profit. And that's actually how we try to stay profitable over time, guys. We stay profitable over time by winning trades using risk to reward setups, provided that the percentage is actually the same, okay? The percentage win is the same, etc., etc. And you're also playing the same position sizes, okay? So now, where's our entry price? Our entry price for a short could be around, say, 65, or it could be around, right now, 575, okay? Entry price is to 65, around there, okay? Where's the target price? The target price is anywhere between 40 cents to 50 cents, okay? This is actually a great risk to reward setup, and I think that it is actually going to hit it. The risk to reward is 4 to 1. Your target price is anywhere between this green box here, 46 cents to 50 cents. Your entry price is 57 cents to 65 cents, depending on where it actually is, and it's an extremely high probability. Wedges always break, guys, and that's something we must understand, that wedges are incredibly bearish, right? And these rising wedges, they always snap, and it's one of the highest risk to reward setups, right? We use the base range, and I'm going to take this trade 100%. It's just a matter of finding out when to enter the trade, right? So I'm slowly and patiently just waiting right now. Excuse me. So on the 1 hour chart, it hasn't really quite broke it yet, right? But we do see some very clear resistances, and we see some clear supports. You guys see this really clear resistance, right? And you see this clear support right now. It's just itching to break out of there. And if it does break out of this specific spot, it's going to hit about 46 cents. If it doesn't break out of that specific spot, guys, and it breaks out a little bit higher because it makes one more touch up over here, and if it comes down, we still use that as the base range target, and we're going to basically hit 50 cents, right, when it breaks out of it. So do I think it's a great risk to reward setup? Absolutely, guys. I mean, a 4 to 1 risk to reward setup is phenomenal. And we to look at long term still, just so you guys, I know that you guys are curious, right? Is it disappeared? It's way up there somewhere, our target. It's still $1.27, guys, just using Fibonacci extensions. Do you guys know what I mean by Fibonacci extensions? Okay, I'm going to show you guys just on this chart right here, okay? So we have this line right here that made our first wave, and then we have our second corrective wave, okay? Now, if we actually take this range right here of the price, okay, and then I bring it over to right here, we would agree that this distance right here is the same distance as that, right? From this point where it ended, that is the distance. So when we use our Fibonacci extension tool, this is what they call a measured one-to-one move, okay? Right here, see? Fib extension 1-to-1 ratio, just to give you guys a quick idea of what Fibonacci extensions are and how they work. And we say that wave 3 is always the longest, guys. We have to remember that wave 3 is always the longest, and it is never the shortest, okay? Or sorry, not always the longest. It is often the longest and never the actual shortest, okay? So what they're saying is wave 3 is always longer than wave 1, but wave 5 can actually be longer than wave 3, or it can be shorter than wave 3. Or sorry, it can be long. Wave 5 can be longer than wave 3, or it can be shorter than wave 3, but wave 3 is never shorter than wave 1. And what we're basically looking at right now is that, you know, this is wave 1, we can call it up there right now, okay guys? This is just an ABC correction, and that's basically wave 1, and this is 2, and we're about to make our way to wave 3 just sometime down the road over there. So there you guys have it. Those are basically my targets and my plays for the next few days there, right? I'm going to enter my position. Oh, you guys can rewind it and see it there. I'm going to enter my position as soon as it breaks out. I don't know if it's going to break out right here, okay? I don't know if it's going to break out right there. I don't know if it's going to break out right here, but what I do know is that it's going to break out eventually, and we do need this correction. I mean, if we look at RSI, okay, it's still drawn on here. If we look at RSI, even though this one is getting a series of higher highs than that one, what you guys need to notice in the long run, if you guys saw my RSI video, is that this one is getting a series of lower highs, right? And right now, I annotated this to draw that this is the zone that is currently in right now. And if you guys notice right here, we're actually testing the resistance many times already. right? This green box, the line on the bottom, that's actually the resistance zone. So if we actually draw something like this right here, what do we see, guys? What shape do you see right here? You guys see a descending triangle, right? And this descending triangle to me is actually very bearish, okay? And I think that it's eventually just going to snap to the downside. Now, what could happen, guys, is that it might break out of it, of course, because it's bouncing off of there, but because we have established a very, very clear resistance line, what I might anticipate as well is that it's just going to bounce out of this box right there, go up to right around here, right? And then it's going to come out of there like that. But you guys have to make note of this specific green box, right? This RSI right here at the bottom line that I will draw for you guys, this is a support RSI. It is a support RSI that needs to hold in order for it to be bullish still. But we are making a series of lower highs on there, and we are touching the bottom so many times that it's really hard for me to believe, guys, that we're going to go to an uptrend, right? And if I also look on the MACD, right? On the MACD, it's also getting lower highs as well right here on the histogram, and also on the actual 26 moving average as well. So it's very hard for me to believe that we are in an uptrend, right? If we draw a big one like that, we can see a massive, massive bearish trend coming down, right? It definitely has bearish momentum. So it's hard for me to believe that it's going to go back up, guys. So once again, my short position will be entered right around there, around 62 to 65, or it will be entered right here if it breaks out around 580 to 585, and this is my target box right here. It's going to be the 618 to the 0.5 Fibonacci level, and all of this is based on this particular size of the wedge and the base of it. Okay, guys? So those that are looking to enter this trade, make sure that you're looking for confirmation first, okay? Make sure you're getting volume confirmation of a downtrend. Here, I even drew here, okay, guys, that the volume is bearishly diverging, right? It's absolutely bearishly diverging, and not many people think as well, just based on market sentiment, that it's going to go higher. So it's hard for me to believe it's going to go higher. This is a wonderful risk to reward setup, guys, and I'm 100% going to take it. It is just a matter of when it's going to break. I've been waiting for this for a very long time, for it to snap eventually for 3-4 days, and it's one of the big positions that I want to play because, guys, it's 20% gain. You know, I plan to play, let's say $10,000. Sure, I'll make $2,000 in 3-4 days. No problem at all. I don't mind making 20% of my money. Do you guys? But you guys have to also be very aware that the stop loss is important, okay? If you short the market, guys, I am no financial advisor. You guys have to manage your risk, and you have to make sure that if it goes higher than your stop loss, my personal one, if I enter here, guys, my personal stop loss is going to be around 61. And then if I enter from a little bit higher up there, that my stop loss is going to be about 67, okay? So make sure you guys are also managing your risk, as that's extremely, extremely important, all right? So if you guys enjoyed this video and you found it everything helpful, make sure you guys subscribe, you know, make sure you like, blah, 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 blah. Make sure you upvote it on steamit as well, okay, guys? Upvote it on steamit, and if you guys especially like the video, you guys know my little puppy Luna. She's got her own little cryptocurrency piggy bank. You guys are welcome to donate to her as well. It's in the address provided just for an emergency fund down the road. Who knows what can happen, right? Other than that, have yourselves a great day, and thank you for watching all of my videos. I really appreciate you guys. Have a great night.